I forgot to bring a lemon, so I'm just gonna hold this and you guys can CG a lemon in later. You have the budget for that, right? Here, make the lemon move around. Oh God, your budget is going up every second. This is gonna be the most expensive essential items ever. Hey, I'm Kumail Nanjiani and I'm here with GQ to talk about my 10 essentials. First one, it's not that exciting. It's a computer. I should have cleaned it for this. Wow, this is filthy. And I have a little sticker on here because my wife and I have the same computer, and so we have a little sticker so we know whose is who. The sticker I used to have on the other one was an ampersand. That to me signified like, keep going, and what else? And then I found it was too much pressure. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go the other way, have less pressure when I'm doing work. And so I took that off. To me, it signifies like somebody like a neutral expression. Like when I start my computer, I don't want to be in any specific place. Let's see where it goes. I always travel with a video game console, which is very embarrassing because I don't check stuff in. So when people are like putting their laptops in the bins, I'm pulling out my Xbox because you have to pull that out. It's a little embarrassing. Right now I'm replaying Mass Effect, which is a story about people are gonna get bored. Space shit. Can I swear? It's a bunch of space shit. You're in a spaceship fighting space shit. I don't want anything set in the present. I'm already in the present. I'm trying to get away from here. So I used to play online a lot, and I was really good. Almost too good. I got to the point where, I forget which Halo it was, but it was one of the Halos. I was ranked like, my level was 48, which to you it means nothing, but trust me, it's very high. And I was like, okay, I shouldn't have wireless controllers anymore. Because if they're wired, you can only throw them so far. All right, now I'll just talk about an app I have on my phone. It is called Calm. And it's just a meditation app, and I use it every day. I just plug in my headphones and I just do 10 minutes with Tamara Levitt. I don't know who she is, but I hear her voice every day for 10 minutes. I have no idea what she looks like. I think I'd be very starstruck if I ever met Tamara Levitt. And on the days I don't do it, I really feel it. I haven't done it today, and I'm really like, oh man. All right, here we go. Let's see. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of gravity pulling you down. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Let your lips curl into a small smile. And whenever you're ready, you're on a beach. There are no piranhas on this beach. There's no sharks. No murders are occurring on this beach. It's one of the good beaches. Nobody's ever died on this beach. I shouldn't focus on the bad stuff that isn't happening. I should focus on the good stuff that is happening. What do you think? It's gonna be good, right? In tomorrow's meditation, you're gonna be riding a shark. Here's another thing I'll talk about. If you change your socks in the middle of the day, it changes your whole day. I'm always telling my friends, like, carry a pair of socks with you, and halfway through the day, just put on a new pair of socks. You're like a whole new person. I've been doing this for like 15 years or so, and I always have an extra pair of socks on me. I don't have particularly sweaty feet. That's not what it is. I don't want people to watch this video and be like, oh, I don't need this because Kumail's got sweaty, smelly feet. I don't have sweaty feet. And honestly, my feet don't smell. I think it's like just whenever you think of it, whenever you feel like you need like a little jolt to your day, you know, I'm realizing how depressing it is that when I want real excitement to show up in my day, I put on a new, fresh pair of socks. I should get out more. I should try some drugs. I've heard those are fun. This is not that exciting. It's just a notebook. You know, everyone has them. I have like all sorts of stuff in it. It's got my initials on it. I don't know, somebody gave them to me. I don't always have my initials on stuff, but I have like a list of movies I want to see or I have seen. I have recipes for stuff I've tried. I have notes on like basically anything. So I always have a notebook on me because sometimes it feels better for me to write on something that's not a computer. Pair with that, this is a different thing. I'm very particular about my pens. Now this is not fancy, but I write with fountain pens because what happens is the tip, the way you write, it sort of adapts to the way you write and then it becomes your pen. It's like it's sort of thinking what you're thinking. If I used somebody else's fountain pen, I wouldn't be able to write with it because it doesn't like the pressure you apply, the way you hold it, all that stuff doesn't work. So a fountain pen, always have a fountain pen on me. Oh my God, I could write for hours on this. If only I had something to say. That's the best I could do. I wrote fountain pen with a fountain pen. I need to change my socks. Okay, so this is something that I've recently discovered. These are called obleas, and it's a sort of a sweet wafer. It can be Spanish or a lot of Latin American countries have it. Mexico, and I'm gonna open it. What I like about it is that it takes a long time to eat, and it makes a real mess. I like the texture, and there's barely any flavor. Like this says chocolate, but it's like, it tastes like the memory of chocolate. I've never not eaten a whole one in a sitting before. If I'd started earlier, I would have done the whole thing. You can put jam on them. I don't, because I don't want flavor. I just want texture. If you could like bite air, that's what this is like. My wife and I call them dusty rounds because they're round and they just are very dusty, as you can see. I might eat these for the rest of the shoot. I have all these things that I do in the morning that have become part of ritual, I guess. And one of them is I have emergency every day. Just put it in water and drink it. It's to the point where just drinking water is really boring for me. I actually like the raspberry flavor the best, but this is the one that my wife prefers, so we have a bunch of orange right now. And what I have with it is a lemon. I put hot water and I put lemon in it. Here's the cup. Hot. See, you can see by all the smoke that's coming out of it. Big fan of coffee, so I always have this on me. This is instant coffee. Now, I am a coffee snob, and I know a lot of coffee people really look down on instant coffee, but I grew up drinking instant coffee. Nescafe. I was the only one who drank coffee in my family. Nobody else drank coffee. My family drank tea, and I drank coffee. And I've been drinking coffee since I was 8 years old, many, many cups of coffee, and my parents had no idea what was in it. And if I think back on my childhood, I remember feeling very high energy. I would stay up all night on weekends drinking coffee. It was a great feeling. Anyway, so I still like instant coffee. I think Nescafe instant coffee still tastes good to me. And then this is like Verve, which is like a good fancy coffee roaster. This is their version of instant coffee. And I think it's pretty good. Yeah, always have coffee on me. Of course, a mask. Always have a mask on me, and this should date how long I've had this mask for. Remember, there was an election, so this was for that. It's gonna be so weird when we find these things like 10 years from now in our room and be like, oh yeah, remember that when we all wore masks all the time? God, I hope in 10 years we're like, remember when we used to have to wear masks? Is this supposed to be devastatingly depressing or like a fun watch? Well, thank you so much for listening to my essentials. These are all the things that I truly cannot live without. Thanks for watching, and remember, go see Eternals in theaters November 5th. It's really good. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's very good.